choosing the hero. So that, for example, TODAK picking this hero, they can flex.
Oh,
because I know the TODAK gameplay, they really like to flex the hero.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will max the Echo coaches like, oh, I don't know what they
Headache.
I don't know what they
yeah, it's a confusion should be the go-to coming out from TODAK as we head into the draft. By the way, just to like to remind everyone that the top seed during the first round of the knockout stages, the top seed team, for example, Echo as the top one from their groups, will be the one to decide which side they will play on for the first game.
So Echo chose to be first pick.
That is absolutely correct, and that means that they will be banning out Ling.
Yeah.
What's up with the Ling?
What's up with the Ling? Rival is pretty good with the Ling, and the thing about TODAK is they always have Plan B, Plan C, Plan D in the game. Whereas like first D didn't happen, then the second D might go down. So with Rival on an assassin pick, they could either pressure or go for a split push, so a double split push kind of composition where usually when it comes to the team fight, Moon and Yum is definitely needed. Most of the time Momo is there as well, especially if he's using something like a Joy that can go straight to the backline and burst someone out very, very fast. So the Ling ban is very much just respecting Rival.
Okay. There will come a point in this draft, by the way, that I'd like to remind everyone who's watching Echo, they draft really quickly. Right? It's called a blitz draft, where you just pick up the hero whenever they think so. But so far, you see the 1-1 and the Kaja banned out. The Joy eventually will be opened up, as well as the Fredrin. Any kind of anything you want to see as the first pick for Echo?
As a Malaysian fan, I don't know, maybe like a Uranus or
Uranus, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just don't pick anything great. Don't pick the Fredrin.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be the Fredrin.
Don't pick the Valentina. You know, just I don't know, a Uranus. Why not?
Okay. Okay. That's very likely maybe
not
2 years ago,
right, sure.
perhaps. During MPL Season 6, perhaps that will be a first pick. But today, it's all about the Fredrin, the Joy, maybe the Valentina. If you're from TODAK, Repo and the Fel, what do you think is the best hero as the first 2 picks for TODAK?
Time to drop the
For me,
beat of the
if like Novaria is open,
Novaria, okay.
Maybe
Novaria
can
is open.
Yeah, because
it is my mission.
Oh, they
to
pick
finish
Lancelot.
all of
Yeah, Echo for the Lancelot. So maybe from here, maybe for me, maybe they can pick Novaria and for example, Cho maybe. Yeah, respect for Yaoi.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want Yaoi to pick their hero.
How about Valentina? Or you don't pick Novaria and Valentina?
Here's the thing, Novaria can be used as a roamer. Unsure whether TODAK wants to go that route because I kind of feel like TODAK really likes very heavy front lines here.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I don't want to see is early pick for Rival unless it's a very specific assassin they want to pick up. Because I kind of feel like against Blacklist, they pick very early like the Akai and everything like that and then eventually just get countered. Maybe the Fredrin, in fact. If he wants early pick, maybe Fredrin.
Fredrin Valen.
Yeah,
Fredrin Valen. Okay, that's our guess.
Oh.
It indeed will be Cho.
Wow.
I call both of them.
Wow.
I call both.
Okay.
Gua pandai.
What does that mean?
It means I'm clever.
Okay, you are clever. Okay, and as well as Repo, now Echo, they have been denied of the Cho. Does this mean that they will be shifting a little differently here?
Maybe all the more reason they should pick up the Valentina.
Valentina.
So that Sanji now has the kick.
Okay, and for additional damage, Yuzhong.
Oh no!
Harita. Wow, double combo petrify.
That's it.
Oh.
So they will beat the CC.
They will beat the CC. Okay, so that's a very quick response coming out from Echo. We do know that the Kadita is a strong hero, but okay, the crowd is riling up. I wonder why. Maybe because of the Yuzhong.
No, because the Kadita was dancing on screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It looked pretty good, actually. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, so we are inviting everyone to actually come here in Cambodia for
come to Phnom Penh.
Phnom Penh, yeah.
Like if you're from the Philippines,
so nice.
Indonesia, Malaysia, just come to Phnom Penh.
Yeah, book a flight because it's so interesting here.
There's a few seats left, literally just a few.
Exactly. How do you respond now if you're TODAK? Are you scared at all of the Kadita or the Yuzhong?
For marksman, maybe a little bit scary because those both heroes can go into backline very
difficult.
Yeah, difficult, like straightforward to the backline. So it's a little bit hard for Chico to.
I think Claude will be banned here.
Yeah,
Claude is good against this. Yeah.
Okay.
No room for Nova.
No room for
For
Nova.
Echo,
Yeah.
Yaoi's not gonna pick up the Kadita?
Could
could be.
But I haven't seen him play the Kadita in a
I've
while.
seen it on ranked.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Just streamed
Wow.
it 2 days ago.
So you're watching Yaoi stream,
No,
huh?
I watch everyone's stream.
Really?
I need to gather information. but-
Apparently, Benny Cutie has the highest GPM. That's
Yeah, he
great.
does.
819. Yeah. That's pretty high for a marksman for sure at 800 in this very important match that we have. It's going to be the Kufra band. Do you like the Valentina here from TODAK? Do you think it's gonna be a good pick going up against what Yuzhan as well as the Kadita?
Very good for me because like he can take those both hero ultimate, so can for the first turtle they can like balance the early game damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the Claw that you guys have expected to be banned out, and it was indeed banned out by Echo. Of course, Chico guys is very comfortable with that kind of hero, and we saw that. But now TODAK gonna be focusing on some of the roam bans here. Are they assuming that this Kadita will be played by Sanji?
I think he did pick it up, right?
Yeah, we're on the... Alright, yeah, we did stream with a Kadita roam, but 7 times out of 10, it's likely Sanji.
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of feel like with the roam bans as well, they're kind of forcing this Kadita to be in the mid. The glue has been picked up, and apparently over to Moon. Moon holds the record for the most damage dealt in a game against Team Occupy. 176,000 damage, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Is TODAK actually thinking about the carry?
I've been waiting for too long.
Okay. Well, they picked up the. I think the way they pick up the carry is because they banned the Harriet.
Yes.
And in comes the Blitz draft. They just gonna pick it up. No time to react. It's the Franco and the Beatrix. TODAK, you are lacking XP lane perhaps or a jungler. What do you think is the last pick?
For me, maybe jungler because the veteran can flex to EXP because if they meet the Franco, it's really hard for jungler.
Oh, okay. So, what kind of heroes do you think will be there?
Maybe for the assassin can be split. For example, like
What's your command?
Yeah.
ooh.
Fanny.
Yeah, perfect. Fanny, Pandai Ripo.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a few seconds here. Ripo, I want to pick your brain. I want to ask you, what do you think is the general win condition here for both teams? Who do you think is more favored?
For me, I didn't pick any side. I'm Malaysian, but I really like Echo Draft, seriously.
Okay.
The draft is really like pick off and then team fight. Pick off, team fight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
so
you just like to play in that kind of
I really like that gameplay. So
okay.
TODAK need to be careful.
Okay, how about you, gentlemen and lady?
I'm sorry, it's making it a bit more
Nah, it's okay.
like complicated for you.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get used to it. We have a full 5-game series to do it, but yeah.
She's sorry for being a lady, and for me, looking at this game, I'm looking at TODAK. If they want to win, I agree with Ripo. They gotta play macro.
Gonna play macro. That will be the win condition for TODAK, while Echo very comfortable with this. Now Eterna, please take us to the Land of Dawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's invite you through the portal as the Swordfishes and the Orcas are going to collide for game number 1 in this best of 5 series.
The crowd reacted. Yeah, we missed the hook on a non-moving buff. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right because, again, in this kind of game, it's all about how you finish, not about how you start. Speaking about how you start, so far, Yums and Moon, they're moving together. Moon there, doesn't know that Yaoi is there just yet. Pulls the buff.
Finally gets it.
Doesn't really matter that much.
Oh,
right?
they're going to sandwich the playmaker. Backing up Yums. Very low, Yaoi. Where are you going? He survives.
Yeah, you just mentioned it, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he does land that hook, and it does buy Echo a little bit of time here in the early stage of the game. But one of my questions is this a signature Yaoi at the Franco?
Honestly, I kind of feel like Yaoi's one of those players that he could just do with anything, right?
I wouldn't say it's signature, but he's very good at it. When you say signature, you're still looking at the Cho, maybe even the Kufra. But oh wait, Sanji's gonna be okay. There's the knock-up, concussive blast trigger. Ooh. A few basic attacks could have done it. Sanji lives.
Yeah, he still gets out for the moment here. And you can see the rotations happening, like the difference in rotations happening from both of these teams. Feels like TODAK gonna spend a little bit more time and looking to invade, actually. Carl TZ and Rival going at it.
Yep, I think he got the call from Moon. They're looking for the play here, the invade. Oh, instead gonna move over to the gold buff.
Right now, honestly, looking at the bottom side because I'm very curious how Chiku guys is playing this lane because as a carry with the Purify, you kind of can't take those very aggressive trades because if you have a very, very bad positioning, you don't have a lot of options to run away. So for now, BenQt is actually forcing Chiku guys to be in his turret. As I say that, Chiku guys is moving forward.
Here's the pull coming in from Echo. 2v3. Sanji refused to leave. Still not hitting level 4. There's the Black Dragon form coming in, drawing a line between the members of TODAK and Echo. Karlteezy scores a turtle.
Yeah, in this early game, you would expect that TODAK might be a little bit more aggressive, but it doesn't seem like Rival want to go for the objective play.
Oh.
I mean, looking at his emblem itself, right, he wants to go for these plays on those side lanes, give perhaps Chiku a little bit of a fighting chance, realizing because he's on the carry, he is in a losing lane against the Beatrix.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Rival, I think he goes in just a little bit just to see how much he's dealing damage in this game. And I kind of feel like, okay, I don't feel like I'm enough just yet, so he's going to wait just a little bit more. I saw a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of damage there on his starting build. Not sure what his first build is going to be, but for now, I kind of feel like TODAK, they do want to go a little bit aggressive. They want to make sure that they win the side lanes, but it does look like it's not going to be enough. And for now, 2 fingers. That means it's going to be quick, not the quickest, but still relatively quick.
It's a relatively easy to fix situation here, as you can see. Sanford waiting very, very patiently for one of our marshals to fix up the situation. Something to note as well, TODAK wants to engage, right? We talked about how the early aggression is not misplaced, but you got to watch out for the fact that Echo is the proprietor of the Echo Express. If anyone goes fast, it's Echo. And if I'm not mistaken, they hold the current record for fastest game in MSC so far. Some teams come close. I think 11:05 or
11:03, Evo versus Fimp.
Oh, it was Fimp got mad.
Yeah.
So we've beaten the record. All right, so, well, Fimp's not here anymore, so Echo then.
Yeah,
See?
true.
So they are currently the whole record holders. So yeah, I think TODAK has to temper their expectations, and they have to step on the clutch every now and then, especially since Echo's looking to snowball with that early turtle.
Honestly, one point as well that is very interesting. We have to see in game number 1 how things are going to go down, because I kind of feel like for the Malaysians watching, they're like, yo, they're trusting Rival again because now he's on that assassin, which is, I gotta say, pretty risky because we see how Philippine teams know how to go up against assassin junglers. Just make sure you control their buffs, and then eventually they'll get capped.
Yeah.
They will reach their ceiling very, very soon. So this is big trust coming in for Rival.
Yeah, that's a question that I wanted to ask, right? Because we saw the game from Blacklist yesterday, right? When his opponent picked up an assassin in the jungle and they were able to freeze that blue buff and make the Fanny just really unable to do anything. It was a walking Fanny, but this is the circle of life. Did you know that the orcas actually naturally prey on swordfishes in the sea? For this match, they will retain the same natural order, or will the food chain be reversed this time?
The more you know.
So nature, or, you know, breaking nature.
This is perfect.
For TODAK.
This is perfect. It all leads into what we were discussing prior, right? Again, making sure that the purple buff doesn't come through, making sure that Rival, this trust put in him, comes through. Hey, talking about assassin junglers, this is the assassin jungler. This is Karlteezy, right?
Yeah.
Utility jungle, wise, sure, whatever. But in the early days of MLBB Esports, it's Karlteezy.
I mean, that's why the Lancelot, he has a Lancelot skin.
He is the Lancelot
He is
skin.
the Lancelot.
He's a pretty good looking Lancelot.
Okay, and with that in mind, let's see. Oh, what?
There's a bite down on Ayooms. Again, we mentioned the GOAT. He draws first blood.
I mean, that just happened, Chiku guys, losing the lane. You were talking about how Echo will be the one moving forward.
Exactly.
And that just happened.
Satu v Satu.
Yeah, they heard you.
I mean, for some reason, I cannot say that I did not expect that to happen from Chiku.
Hey,
He's always so aggressive.
They don't know that Echo wanted to go just as fast given their pick-off engagement. As Ripo said, right? This is the place that he likes.
Well, I mean, you know, TODAK has the second option of splitting the map. Usually we see carry with something like a Kaja or a Franco to make sure that you get that confirmed 2v1 kills, but I don't know. I'm very interested to see how TODAK is going to move around the map because, again, something about TODAK, I would say one of the early monikers for them is that they're the king of comebacks because they always seem to lose the early game, come mid and late. Somehow they just turn things around.
I'm actually quite interested in this in-game equipment by the Beatrix, right? So Fury Hammer for the damage, and she has the pants but she's in a winning lane. Is it because she's, you know, vying that rival may come to that lane?
Yeah, legit, because again, anything could turn around very, very quickly, especially now looking at this. 4 people from TODAK are coming down. It looks like they know something is up, so Yaoi is just bringing the farm a little bit quicker. Now looking at the emblem set as well, I don't think anything is going to grab anyone's attention. Yeah, and again, the steal take place just to make sure that Rival can get a kill, and I think that's why Rival came, saw how much damage he can deal, and then he's like, yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, so far here, things are getting a little bit more passive. Both teams are trying to set up as best as they can to get that next objective, which is that turtle, right? Both of these teams are quite dependent on that level 4. They've hit that already, as we are already in the 5th minute of the game.
Yep, Carl Teasy making a beeline. He knows, not wasting any time. Sanford goes for the Black Dragon form, no one home. Instead, TODAK is going to inhabit the lower part of the map. They're going to try and pressure Benny Cutie here. Spots! Yaoi gets the kick. That's 4 members. Make that 5. TODAK get the pick off on the playmaker.
Wait, that's a lot of resources for Yaoi. Was that worth it? Whoa, 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 it's Sanji?
We'll talk about it in a bit. Yum's looking for 1. Sniper shot misses. The question.
Yeah, back to that, right? Was it worth it to, you know, just expand all your resources onto Yaoi there?
Definitely, because Yaoi is the one that can stop the play from happening with the Bloody Hunt. So I kind of feel like drop down Yaoi first, and then if you guys want to go again, you guys can go again. And I kind of feel like this is one of those early strats where you try to drop the tank first, just to make sure that they can't do anything come late game.
Flicker Bloody Hunt looking for the knockup as well. Yums is still here. In comes Rival as well. Yums gets the kick. Down 1. Sanji does not survive. In comes Carl Teasy, taking down Rival, but he's sandwiched by 3. Can he get Moon? The answer is no. Retreating underneath the base. The turret. Sanford finds 1. And now they're looking for more. Sanford very low. Not enough basic attacks from Chico, guys. They disengage.
You can tell that Yaoi is out for blood, right? He was taken down earlier by the play coming in from Yums, and he did the same thing. However, it does result in a 1-for-2 trade, and it actually alleviates Echo's pressure.
Right now, looking at the situation, Echo still has a very good goal lead. Yaoi able to pull the buff away. Looking at the situation, TODAK is really just waiting for opportunities. Once the opportunities present itself, then they'll go in. And looking at the way that they've been playing, they're really looking at Moon as well as Chiku. Do you guys have enough damage? And it looks like they don't have enough just yet, especially if you guys get taken down.
So she wrote, they're going to convert into this tier 1 up top. Down bottom, it looks like they're going to go for the same play. It looks like TODAK might try the same thing. Just throw everything at Yaoi.
All right, but is that going to be fair trades happening, right? Is there a certain power spike that we need to be aware of for the side of TODAK? Because as of this point, 7 minutes in, they haven't been trading equally. Echo's been getting better trades.
Long for that. Probably secures it.
Nope. Nothing to trade here. They're outgunned and outwitted. The turtle goes over to Echo. That's a clear advantage going over to the Orcas.
Honestly, one thing that you could look out for is Chiku Guys having 3 items first, because Chiku Guys is the most confident one. He has that 3 items, but...
There's another bite down and a pickoff. Yums didn't know what hit him. You were saying?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, how can you really do anything when the moment you want to move, you get caught? Because at this point, TODAK keeps getting caught. But here's the thing. Not 100% their fault. It's just that Echo, their position well.
Yaoi snags Momo! And another kill! Everyone was in there.
I'm sorry, LaFell, but this is looking brutal, right? They know exactly what their composition entails. They go for the pickoffs right, left, and center. And even Sanford goes for a 1v1 kill and wins.
Dude, I don't know. We've seen a lot of fannies drop to the EXP laners, the Badang, the Yuzong, and I gotta say, Yuzong, the damage can be quite deceiving because the damage is coming in from that passive. And for now, look at this, the way they're controlling the buff. If Rival couldn't get a lot done in the early stage of the game, now it's gonna be more difficult for him.
Oh, there you go, Sanford.
You mentioned this. They're choking out the purple away from Rival. Sanford popping the Black Dragon form preemptively. An easy take in mid for Echo.
7,000 gold lead already, but like we mentioned before, right, the beautiful thing about a Fanny, it's not just its advantage in terms of that damage, that prowess, but also the fact that you can utilize it in a macro way, in an objective way. And so Rival, you can see he is trying to look for something on the board, which is basically the only thing you do, the turret push.
And right now, looking at the itemization as well, Sanford just with that Hunter Strike. Oh, that could have been very costly, Rival. Anyways, looking at itemization from Chiku Guys, he has 2. Looks like he's on the way to finish his Wind of Nature. Once the Wind of Nature is done, I kind of feel like they're a little bit more open to getting into those fights. But again, even if Chiku Guys is open for the fight, you gotta be careful of Sanji, man. Sanji could one-shot him as well.
Oh, there's a hook coming in. Yums, close call. Echo did not say go. Lord very low, 1/10 of its health left. Yorka score 1.
Like, even if Rival wasn't that low, he's level 9. He was level 9. He just went to level 10, but he was level 9 against Carl TZ, who is level 11. So, is that really something that you can even contest at this point?
Here's the thing. Even if they're 15 to 15, going up against a Lancelot, it's not going to be easy. The Lancelot,
not even it's the Lancelot.
Yeah, because even just Lancelot, right? The Lancelot is just so good. Okay, never mind.
Conceal play! Conceal play! Rival just walked into that, and it's not even his fault.
Go ahead, LaFell.
Nah, you know what? I'm done.
Echo Express.
Echo Express, man. They didn't move the game so fast. Look, I'm just looking at the play, and I'm like, okay, the moment I say something, Yaoi's going to catch someone. Or Sanji.
There you go.
It could be Sanji. It could be Yaoi. Bombs away. Scores 1. A close call, but here comes Sanford. He wants to finish the job. Mid lane in jeopardy. They finally get it. Lord smashes that inhibitor.
It's looking brutal. Okay, finally that hook does not land onto TODAK, but it does give TODAK maybe a little bit of breathing room. And at this point, right, Chiku Guys 2-2-0, level 11, just hit that power point. But does he have the items even to dish out the damage that he was meant to?
I don't know, man. 10,000 gold lead. If it were me, I'll be having Asma attacking now. Rival, no energy.
They're sandwiching him. Sanji gets a beat on him. Yaoi misses the hook.
No energy.
Spotted by Carl TZ. Down by Sanji. Oh, he was cornered even before he knew it.
11,000 gold lead. Not looking too good because for them, now they got to make sure that they can survive and engage coming in from Echo for someone to eventually split push. But with Sanford and Sanji, the way that they've been playing, I don't think they can survive.
Here comes Sanford coming in from the west. Breaking that holy shield, knocking up Momo, knocking up Yums, and there's the Phantom Execution. They're not letting TODAK breathe. Underneath the ocean, they take Sanford, the punish from TODAK.
Yeah, a 1-4-2 trade, so they are able to defend it. They don't lose that tower in the top side, but in exchange, they have to lose Yums and Momo. It could be worse. It could be Chiku Guys. But now, because the waves are hitting like this, Chiku Guys does have some time and the resources to be able to maybe try and catch up.
Okay, let's look at the instant replay, see what really happened here. And here's the thing, this is always how Echo starts a fight. Yaoi, you try someone, you didn't get it. Sanji, no? All right, well, Sanford is going to come in and make sure something happens. And in this situation, Chiku Guys was able to dodge a lot of the damage, a lot of the attack. Chiku Guys still has that Purify, so it's going to be good going up against the next team fight at the Lord if they want to go for it. But the thing is, someone has to be the one to take away the Franco ult. Someone has to be the black sheep. Someone's just got to be like, yo, Yaoi, look at me. Hug me, bro.
The scapegoat.
Someone has to be the scapegoat.
Sacrificial lamb. Here we go. A hook thrown out by Yaoi. Lord here, not even a thought to contest. Another one for Echo.
Wow, they're just dominating left, right, and center. Here, finally, Chiku Guys picks up that jump.
Momo didn't know Yaoi was there. He gets knocked up and taken down just as quickly. And now Rival struggling to keep his purple. GTP coming in. Black Dragon form from Sanford. Another hook comes in from Yaoi. And they're going in underneath the turret. Chiku Guys falls. They do get one of Sanford. Again, the second death for this young XP laner. And now Lord Martin and Rival struggling to control and take down the minions. Yums is gonna fall as well. Oh Lord, there's just 2 left. Now just 1. Moon goes down. Echo takes game 1.
The Orcas showing their teeth as they lead the series against TODAK here in the first game. That was brutal. How many minutes was that?
I didn't look at the timer. All right, let's not talk about it 1-0. I gotta say, this is not a good way to start for TODAK fans.
I mean, you know, the question is, right, is TODAK a type of team who needs to feed off momentum, or can they come back from a 1-0 deficit? Because
they can, yeah.
it's just 1-0, right? Reset.
I mean, it's not just 1-0.
Right.
Did you see how that 1-0 was?
Yeah. Oh, what's going on here?
I believe this is in reference to the 4-0 championship sweep across MPL MY and MPL PH. That's what they were referencing there, the Spider-Man meme.
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
I don't know, if we're talking about Spider-Man, I gotta say, Mr. Leo, not feeling good.
Yeah, game number 1, it was interesting, right? I mean, there were moments. Thank you. You are too. There were moments in that game where we saw that TODAK was trying to go for things, right? But even in the beginning, I questioned, they're going for trades. It doesn't feel like they're equal. And at the end, I feel like Echo just snowballed up at that point. Wow, what a game by the Orcas here.
I don't want to say anything. Wolf, you got something to say?
Well,
oh, he's on screen. Sorry, I didn't notice you there.
Well, I'm like Spider-Man.
He's always been there.
He's always been there.
Like Miles Morales.
Like
That's
Miles
the one
Morales.
that can
Don't
go
spoil.
invisible.
That is...
No, you see in the first movie, you know he can go invisible. He's a Natalia.
I specifically said no spoilers.
How could you not know that?
Well, unfortunately, she doesn't know. But what we do know is that game number 1 went in favor of Echo very quickly in a very dominant fashion. It was quite one-sided for sure. But why don't we look at the key players in this particular game? We have our own picks for sure, but the MVP has been chosen, and it will be Carl Teasy on the Lancelot. I would just like to take note, by the way, the starting items for this guy was actually a Molten Essence into a War Axe, straight into the War Axe. That means that Carl TZ really want to go for the damage build.
I mean, looking at the way that he's been playing, man, here's the thing. If you want to go for a damage build, you just got to make sure that you don't die. And 5-0 and 6, he made it happen. And here's the thing. The difference between, I would say, Echo as well as TODAK in that kind of situation, when Echo wants to do something, they get something out of it. TODAK, not so much.
Heat map coming up from Carl TZ, very active in the map at around 5 minutes to 10, really conquering the side of the jungle that should be belonging to the side of TODAK. That means that he was able to invade and also go in between the tier 2 and the tier 1 turret in the mid lane. That is how dominant he was. Nafel, how important was having this kind of damage build kind of Lancelot not dying, as well as still outputting the kills? Because there's one thing about, like, you know, not dying as the assassin, but also not getting the kills.
Here's the thing, you know what? If you are hit by, say, 2,000, 2,700 gold, you can go for that damage build, because at this point, the thing about the Lancelot is you can heavily punish your opponents by making sure before they have an opportunity to outplay you, you kill them first. So if they die before they can do anything about it, that's actually an amazing build.
Oh, Eterna, you look like you're shocked from what you just
Sorry,
saw.
I was like 942 GPM.
Yeah, so
That's a gold laner stat.
that's a goal. Sorry, I think that the highest GPM was Benny Cutie with 800, and surely Carl-TZ's performance kind of tops at 942, and it's all because of the fact that they were landing their spells. Or at least from what I can see from this game, it was just them outplaying the side of TODAK. Did you feel that way too?
But Outplay went
game?
home.
Eterna, behave.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. Yawi, the way that he was playing the Franco, I could have sworn there's a Novaria in play.
Okay.
The hooks had additional inches.
Yeah.
You know, one of the main things on top of that, right?
On
is
top of
what you just said.
On top of Yawi having
No.
extra inches? I don't know.
No.
The Franco.
That's what he just said.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever you said.
Okay.
Is what I noticed in the map is the fact that because of how they kind of, you know, compose their drafts, right? You saw that a lot of the times Rival was too busy trying to help out in those side lanes to be able to go in for even a steal onto Carl TZ's jungle or even contest on these buffs. And so Carl TZ had a really free roam and movement space to do what he can. And you can see that through his GPM.
We can see that through the composition as well. Coming up from Echo, you're gonna notice very standard pickups. This is Yuzhong, one of the most played for Sanford. Sanji plays the Karita so many times. Yawi's Franco is already a signature, and also Benicuti's Beatrix. So Echo just really played in their own playing field. For TODAK, this, all due fairness, this doesn't look like a TODAK draft to me, because really looks pretty normal.
Yeah, and the thing is, they couldn't go for a lot of fights because TODAK is the, Langar basically means charging into your opponents. It doesn't look like a lot of them had a lot of opportunities to really charge for their opponents. I don't see Rival forcing kills. I don't see Yums and Moon forcing kills. I mean, like, in terms of being disciplined, they were disciplined. But is it too much discipline that they were, I almost want to say, scared to try something?
Yeah, I was about to ask, does it seem like as if they were scared, right? Because, I mean, Yums did try to go in for the Way of Dragons. He did hit, but maybe the follow-up or just like the counter engage coming in from Echo.
An alternative maybe was TODAK came in expecting to be reactive. I think they invested a little too much in the potential for a split push with the Fanny and with the carry. And maybe that's where the whole thought process ended, and that allowed for Echo to just snowball to the victory. And again, I agree. I think we're at the point wherein Yaoi's Franco has become a signature.
Yeah, he was very good at it. We saw that in the game. Saw how well he landed all those hooks. And not only that, the fact that he is actually positioning himself in correct lanes. For example, there was a lot of focus in the gold lane. But whenever they find that there's a rather big opening in the other side of the map, it's going to be greater. One thing that I noticed, though, you're going to see the kill participation of the entirety of